Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Uncut Takes podcast. This is episode 21. Plenty of things have happened in the past week. My truck that I bought shit the bed. It's basically a giant paperweight at the moment.
It's two giant paperweights.
At this exact moment, it is two.
What do you mean?
We took the bed off. The bed is a giant paperweight,
I guess that's,
and the truck itself is a giant paperweight.
Pretty interesting week. Went to the rodeo last night. First time going to the rodeo since before COVID.
Yeah.
Anything of good, anything interesting happened? I was not there, so.
It really, nothing like crazy happened.
It's amazing that much white trash at one location. They only had, I think they probably had like 12 or 13 porta potties.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How many people go to that? I've never been to
A
one.
lot.
Yeah, probably.
Well, like how many? Like 300?
Definitely more than
500?
Or
thousands, maybe.
Thousands with an S?
Yeah,
That
at least 1,000. I
thousands.
feel it's like
I
a ton
say
of
at
people.
least 1,000.
Okay.
You know, like where they do they do a flea market out there.
Yeah.
That whole
I know where they
area
do it.
out there is just like they turn it into a fucking parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gee.
Since we don't live near it, I'm going to...
Yeah, you're fine.
So, Olympia Dairy Bar, which is a
Dude,
which
what?
was a
rip.
yeah.
Dude,
No,
I thought you were
so-
saying,
no.
what? Like, what?
No.
I'm not allowed to say it?
No.
So, yeah, I know. Fat Rip especially, because we went to the outfitter there, and me and Wayne both got matching PBR button-up shirts.
Yeah.
What, at the outfitters next to it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. You know what PBR stands for?
Professional bull riding.
Okay. Right.
But all I see is PBR.
Yeah, on the front, it literally just says PBR in red, white, and blue. And then on the back, it has like a dude on a bucking bull that says PBR underneath.
That's pretty cool.
And then Wrangler down the sleeve.
You should sew a Pabst Blue Ribbon patch onto it.
Yeah.
And I'm like talking to the lady at the counter. I said, "Yeah, it's a shame, Olympia Dairy Bar. For those that don't know what it is, Jesus Christ, Wayne almost just dropped his laptop."
Dude, that did not even happen.
Olympia Dairy Bar used to be like a milkshake parlor there, and
They had the good shit.
it was like a diner, but the diner, it hadn't been updated since like the fucking 60s.
Yeah.
And if you walked in, they somehow had 3 booths along with bar chairs against the bar. And in total, it was like, it was like 15 by 10 feet wide. Like, it was insanely small on the inside.
yeah.
Very small. And their shitter was like
The
outside,
It was
house
like a
with no
detached
door.
building.
Yeah. It was a detached building
With no doors.
several feet away from the building. Yeah, no door.
But with plumbing, though. It wasn't
Yeah,
like...
it had an
it wasn't
actual
like
toilet.
Yeah, it wasn't like a metal pot
It's
above a
like
hole.
they started putting in, they had a contractor start working on it, and like 2 days into the installation, we do not have the money for this.
Yeah.
We
We don't have the money for a door.
Yeah.
yeah, we got to cut costs
They
somewhere.
put the plumbing in, and are like, all right, we gotta axe this project.
Yeah, we're just going to stop right here.
It's been open for a very, very long time. They had great milkshakes right next to the place. It used to be their farm stand. It was owned by a local farmer. And like at any time, like during the summer, if they had fresh strawberries or something, they did fresh strawberry milkshakes. Their milkshakes only came in one size, and it was
The size of your head.
the size
Yeah.
of like a human head. Yeah, it was insanely big. I was talking to the lady at the outfitter's place, and I said, "Yeah, it's a shame it happened to Laps. I figured that they wouldn't have survived COVID." And she said, "Oh no, that's not what killed them." And I said, well, "What happened?" And she said, "Amazon bought the property.
Really?
They're
Yeah.
putting Amazon warehouses down there now."
I guess that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're literally popping up everywhere. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. It definitely
It's
is.
going to be all New Jersey at one point. Is only
I
warehouses.
know. I mean, this has to be how our parents felt like when Walmart started popping up everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're living through the next giant company taking over everything. And it's kind of terrible.
Amazon's going to buy New Jersey soon enough.
Yeah.
We're
Nobody, you can't live here.
Unless you work here.
turning New Jersey into a giant company town.
If Amazon makes one single move into apartments or condos, I'm killing myself.
They're already doing that.
I don't. Hey, it was look.
They already. Wait a minute. Let's Jamie pull up the Amazon company town.
Oh no! Do I have to go through with it?
But yeah, it was. It's such a shame to hear. Like once I heard Amazon bought, I went, "That fucking sucks."
Here it is, right here. Amazon's new factory towns will lift the working class.
What? You're kidding.
This is an old article that gets shit posted around. This is from 2 years ago, but this is like the most popular article. It's from Bloomberg that people post as a meme.
Right.
I will fucking die before I sign it.
I guess there's actually kind of a precedent for it. Like, what's that town in Illinois? It's like a guy's name, and the town's just like in shambles, and it was like a company town. Then they made automobiles, and then the company went out of business, and now it's like the highest poverty rate in the country.
No idea. I know it used to be a big thing back in the day.
It's called Gary, Indiana, or Illinois. It's one of those two.
I think it's Indiana.
Right. It's like one of the like poorest towns in the United States, and there's still like 50,000 people living there, and there's no jobs because it was a company town. And then they went under.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you ever hear the biggest and most prolific example of a company town? It was made by none other than Henry Ford.
I had a feeling that was coming.
And it was called Fordlandia.
Fordlandia.
Yes.
That sounds like a joke.
And it operated outside of the United States, so they had to conform to no government.
Right.
Fordlandia actually still exists. It's not like operated by Ford. It's in Brazil.
That's insane.
Dude,
and
Henry Ford, if he could have, he would have used slavery for his cars.
Oh, are you fucking kidding?
That was like...
Except everybody would have turned a blind eye because it was down in fucking Brazil.
Right. No, he was definitely one of the most ruthless businessmen of that time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's like this. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article for Fordlandia right now. I was waiting to see the section that just said controversy.
Right.
Which there isn't one, so I'm not reading all of this.
Okay.
But basically, like he decided like who worked where and like what exactly you did for recreation. There was no alcohol, no smoking, no like music that he didn't approve. Like,
jeez.
He was the supreme dictator of like a small like town.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How do people even get there? Did he just like take over a town and be like, "You work for me now"?
No,
or people like, "Hey, look, Ford dictatorship over here." Dude, I gotta move there. I gotta
used
go
his
there.
intense wealth and influence to tell the Brazilian government, "Hey, give me this huge plot of like it's basically like rainforest that was uninhabitable.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna build a town there." And then like naturally, it just went very poorly because it was only accessible by boat, and the rivers were so small. You couldn't use like giant industrial boats like you would use today, or even like for the time to get the things you need to build civilization in the middle of nowhere.
That's pre-Panama Canal, I believe. So
it was just like a dire nightmare. Basically,
yeah, sounds like it.
We could do an episode on Fordlandia if we decided to.
Entire episode.
We honestly could, but it was just really, really rough. But that Amazon thing, I really thought that was something that was happening. I saw a meme about it a few months ago, but the only thing like on it is this old articles from years and years and years ago. It's something that they've at least considered, though.
I believe it.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time. So what's the first thing we have written down here? Because
I don't know.
My phone's on a thick 2%.
Bro, when is it not?
Dude, since I've gotten this new phone, it never drops. Like, I never really let it drop.
It never goes from 50 to 2%.
I've also never used, like, I think I've used 2 or 3 times an actual charger you plug in.
Oh, you're a wireless charger fan?
Yeah, because every time
you
use it, it just destroys your battery. For iPhones.
Okay, well...
Like, I've had this phone now for 2 years, and my phone's battery life is still at 98%.
Okay. But what I wrote down was the most cursed YouTube shorts. So I'm sure like all of us have seen like the fucking YouTube shorts where it's like an AI reading a Reddit story.
I hate that.
And like
shit
on the
so
bottom
much.
is like
Minecraft.
Subway Surfers or Minecraft or something. Have you seen shit like that?
What is it?
It'll be like an AI generated voice reading a
am I the asshole like Reddit
post on Reddit on the top of your iPhone screen, but on the bottom will be like Subway Surfers or Minecraft.
I don't count that as being cringe.
That's highly cringe.
I don't count it as being cringe at all, just because it's just mindless things that like retarded kids watch.
Cringe.
I was gonna say, that is literally for 8-year-olds with ADHD.
But
formulated for them.
Yeah, it's formulated for them.
I'd say cringe would be like the people doing like TikTok voiceovers where it's them acting something out and they're moving their mouth to the audio of something.
That's
like
up
if
there.
some green-haired motherfuckers moving their mouth to a skit from Rick and Morty and it's Rick's voice coming out of their mouth, that is cringe.
So what you just said is the entire TikTok app is cringe. That's like the entire TikTok app. Okay, I think we've already been on this one before.
We have like 4 times.
Yeah, but I think I saw what I would think is the worst of that genre of YouTube short.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
It was a clip from the TV show Young Sheldon. sped up like 1.75 times like speed.
Okay.
So it was going extra fast on the top, and on the bottom was just some guy dicing up a watermelon. Like it was like peak mindless shit. Like it was like I watched a clip from a show one time that I did not know was Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
And I just started getting Young Sheldon clips recommended to me on YouTube Shorts. And that was just one that I saw.
Cutting a watermelon.
It's literally the clips I've seen of that show look so fucking terrible, dude. It's just
They do.
But like
It looks-
like
it
Sheldon,
looks
do you want
more-
peanut butter and jelly or do you want ham and cheese? And it pans to young Sheldon creating a nuclear bomb. Mother, do you understand how much of an imbecile you are for asking me such a
That show,
like,
that show
it's
is,
like-
is I've never seen it,
It's
but
so
from
bad.
what I've seen videos of it or clips it seems a lot more bearable than The Big Bang.
No.
The Big Bang Theory is 6 people that have never had sex their entire lives, except for with some anime chick on a computer.
I don't think that's how sex works. But I see what you're saying.
You're telling me that Sheldon hasn't made some weird contraption with a computer?
Okay.
the blowjob machine.
Yeah, Sheldon is
He
the creator of
actually
the auto blow.
I was gonna say he actually invented the Spartan 2 suit.
Yeah, but
This next one was yours, Kevin, and you didn't want to tell me about it because how bad it was.
I mentioned it yesterday to Wayne in the
but
driveway.
You got to talk about it. So, what is the worst thing you've ever smelled or had to clean up?
So I asked Wayne yesterday when we were taking the bed off the truck, and he opened up a PBR and took a sip. I said, "Does that taste fine?" He went, "Yeah." Why? I said, "Doesn't taste like death or anything." And he goes, "No, I mean it's pretty sealed." Like I don't know why I thought the smell from the inside of the fridge would get stuck to the top of the can or something.
Yeah.
So that way when your mouth touched it, then you'd taste
Well, explain the
death.
smell in the fridge.
Well, yeah, I'm
Okay.
getting there. Is the other weekend when I was smoking pork, I had another pork shoulder and I put it in the fridge down here.
Yep.
And I thought that my mom put it in the freezer and she didn't. And she thought that I did that also. She thought I put it in the freezer and I didn't.
Oh no.
So yesterday when I came home and I went to go put beer downstairs, or the night before that, I just got off work and I walked downstairs and I opened up the fridge and it was just still in the bag, but it was black and brown. And the bag had leaked. So the entire bottom rack of the fridge was covered in like dried black brown blood.
Dude.
And it smelled it smelled so bad that I literally opened up the fridge and then immediately gagged and then shut the door.
No.
And I walked upstairs and I said, "Yeah, that fridge is fucked now." They're already planning on getting rid of it just because that fridge is like fucking 6 years older than me and my sister.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I
Explain the cleaning it. I want to hear about that.
So I went out back and I got a bunch of trash bags and I came back down here with, it's called like True Green or something. It's like a,
Fertilizer?
no,
No,
it's,
no. I think I know what you're talking
it's like
about.
a spray.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
used to clean like glass, wood,
Okay.
stone, granite, that kind of shit. But it's super strong, like citrus smelling.
Yeah.
And I sprayed down the inside of the fridge with that and then shut the door, let it sit for a little bit, opened it back up, sprayed it, shut the door, let it sit for a little bit, opened up the door, and then started wiping everything down. And I had to like get like one of those paint scrapers to fucking scrape off
Dude,
all
please
the
tell
blood.
me you were wearing gloves and like a mask.
Nope.
Dude, what the fuck?
No.
He was scraping it with his fingernails.
I did it, 18
Ew.
or late 1800s mortician style and put that toothpaste under my nose and then went to town.
Dude.
I went through
Dude.
the entire bottle of that True Green stuff and an entire roll of paper towels.
Dude, if it were me, I would have put that fridge on its side and just filled the entire thing with vinegar and let it sit a week.
Jeez.
But now, yeah, like Wayne, I just got the beer out of the freezer because Wayne put it there just to get a quick chill on it. And I hadn't opened the freezer yet, so now I witnessed that the freezer also smells like death.
That's
Yeah.
so fucked up. And that's been, what, a week now?
No, it's only been like this since Friday night.
Oh, okay. It was way more recent than I thought.
Yeah. Like I got off work Friday, stopped at the liquor store, came home, and then went to put the beer in the fridge for yesterday morning.
Dude. Oh. Oh.
And when I went to go take the rest of the beer out of the fridge yesterday morning, when I went to go lift up the box, there was still like some blood and True Green residue on the bottom of the box. So when I pulled off the box off the bottom rack, it just ripped the bottom of the box off.
Oh, that sounds familiar, huh, Wayne?
What?
The burritos in Sean's car in California.
Yeah.
But that's awful.
Yeah, no, that it was hands down the worst smelling thing ever. You should go take a whiff. I know how you love.
don't
I tried
want
to give it take a
He
whiff earlier.
tried. He tries to get me
That's
to
what's
smell it.
like so amazing is like being like from the hunting aspect and like being like we grew up in the outdoors. Like I got a fucking deer skull up there. Like go to the fucking the Delaware River and try to find like bones and shit, or go to the
Yeah.
Outer Banks after a hurricane and try to find bones. And you deal with smelling rotting fish and shit like that because they wash up on the beach. That is hands down. The fridge is the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life.
I'm sure it was awful.
It's definitely the volume's been turned down because we put in some of that like Armor All fucking like smell pads in the fridge, and also wiped down the fridge multiple times. And
Dude,
it
just
still
pour bleach in
smells.
your nose.
It still smells so bad, and but just with the volume turned down, it smelled so bad that an hour after I got done cleaning it the first night, the smell was so bad still in my nose. Even I was upstairs for an hour and the smell was still in my nose that I went out back and I smoked a half of a joint through my nose. Like I put the joint in my nose and inhaled it that way to get the smell out.
Yeah,
Dude.
try like for me like the strongest thing to get like anything out of your system, man. Fuck, coffee is so fucking strong, dude. Coffee is obscenely strong.
It'll do it. You know what else is actually obscenely good at it? Is sherbet.
Oh yeah, that's what the professionals
feels
clean
like
their.
all
I thought
of
it was
your
your
nasal-
mouth.
Well, if you put that in your mouth, it'll clean out like everything. It'll get rid of taste very, very
Aren't you
well.
a big sherbet guy?
I fucking love sherbet.
I was gonna say I
He's an
probably
enormous
haven't had
sherbet
sherbet
guy.
in like 10
Sherbet
years.
and Neapolitan ice cream. If I can get multiple colors in my cereal, that satisfies my ADHD.
That's
or cereal ice cream.
Yeah,
That's what did I say cereal?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I was some crunch with the cold, whatever you like, man.
I like
No,
crunch with
that-
the corn.
I can't remember the last time I had sherbet.
Yeah. But Wayne, do you have anything that worst you think you've ever smelled or had to clean up? I have one if you need to think
on
about
the on the subject of scents that are bad, like obscenely bad. I think there's like two categories, which is like fecal matter and death.
it. Okay.
I'd rather smell the fecal matter. That smells like death.
Fecal like when I'm at work, I can actually smell fecal matter a block away. Like,
Well, you're also
like,
working in a shithole. So.
yeah, literally you could like it's such a potent smell that even on a cold day you can smell when there's shit on the block.
There's some
It's just so bad. You have some pulp in your beer.
there's some pulp in my beer.
Oh, that's
at the
fine.
bottom.
That's fine. You just gotta give it a
Hoity
shake.
beer. Hey, it's in date. It's got 6 more months. But
It's like sticking on there, man.
but anyway, poop.
Yeah, poop. I think a contender for probably the worst thing I've ever smelled was, remember when we were in high school and Sean left like an entire turkey in his
Dude,
garage?
that's what I was gonna say. That was gonna be mine.
We used to always go over to Sean's mom's house when we were in high school, like all the time, because it was just like Sean and his sister and his mom, and his mom
sister was always
working.
out, and his
Yeah,
mom worked
yeah.
like over. Like, she was never home.
Yeah, it was just like the place to be, and like we were there like every fucking day.
Yeah.
And one day I'm like, Sean, like, did the dog like shit in the house or something? Like something is wrong here. Like something's very wrong.
Before you get into that, this was like more of a saga. Like this was like
Oh yeah.
4 days before this occurred. I'm playing Xbox with Sean, and his mom's on the mic going, "Sean, did you take the lunch meat in?" Yeah, I took it in. Okay, I don't know where it is. And they get in this like,
Was it lunch meat? I thought it was a whole turkey.
It was some kind of meat.
I thought it was a turkey left over from Thanksgiving.
No, it wasn't
And he
that.
like put it
but-
behind the fridge or something.
I thought
No.
it was. I could have sworn
It
it
was
was, an entire
probably-
bird.
Okay, it's been a long time. It probably was. It was a lot of meat. And he's like, "Yeah, I took it in." And, they had this argument, and then a while passed. They don't use their garage. It was just shit storage.
They
for
definitely
them.
don't
Yeah.
store their lawnmower in the garage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true. And then me and Wayne were there 4 days later-ish. It was like probably
Yeah.
3 or 4 days later. You wanna-
It starts like the house starts smelling like bad, and but we're there every day. So the
Like
next
death.
day, it just smells kind of bad. It's like when you have something like shitty in the trash, like Sean, you should probably take the trash out. It smells pretty bad. And then,
Yeah.
like, the next day, like it smells even worse. Did you take the trash out, Sean? Like, yeah, I took the trash out. I don't know what it is. The third day, it's like it's localized to the garage.
Yeah.
And they know it, and they have like a towel stuffed under the door to try to keep the smell out.
Yeah.
And they still don't know what
they
it is.
never went in the garage.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Yeah.
They just like it smells like death, like rotting flesh, and they're just like, we'll stuff a towel under the door there.
That'll fix it. It'll go away.
Eventually, like we get over, and it smells good now. It smells good again. And Sean tells us the story, whatever it was, a fucking lunch meat, a turkey, a chicken, whatever, that somehow he just like left it on the floor in the garage.
Like the dead center of a garage floor.
And just left it there for over a week, probably just over a week.
And it was rotting. It had maggots in it. It was so fucking nasty.
What did he say he did to clean it out? Did he say he just picked it up, threw it in the street, and then poured bleach on the floor?
Yeah. He said he poured bleach on
What,
it.
he threw it in the street?
Yeah, he
Well, you know,
threw
to
it
the curb.
outside somewhere and
That
then
is
poured
bizarre.
bleach on it. Dude, if somebody didn't know better, you'd think that was part of a murder scene.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
someone's head.
Yeah, it's so disgusting.
You know, it was another rough one relating to Sean.
He's good at bad smells, isn't he?
Well, no, this isn't something that is his
Making
fault.
them.
This is
Yeah.
whenever anyone moves out of their house and they have to clean out their entire refrigerator. It's like they just wanted to keep living a full refrigerator life until the day they had to move out.
Yeah.
So that they took everything in their refrigerator out at the last possible moment and threw it in the trash all at once.
Yeah.
And when the trash truck came by and took it all, you know how it squishes it
Yeah.
down? There was a huge, like 6-foot diameter trash juice puddle in front of Sean's house from the trash man taking the entire contents of their house out. And it stank like shit so fucking bad.
That's rough.
Like one of our last times going, like it was probably like the time that I did that shitty drywall job in Sean's basement.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
like
you mean from the mold?
no,
Didn't
no.
it didn't like flood in their basement and they
That was
just
a
that
like,
was
different
another
thing.
time.
they just sealed over the wall?
No. Me and Sean put up drywall like super fucking badly because some inspector jerk off said there had to be a wall somewhere. Oh, you want a wall? We'll give you a wall. It was the biggest piece of shit ever.
Just nailed random piece of drywall
Yeah.
to some studs, right?
Yeah, it was really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a wall, buddy. Whatever. But yeah, it was like that was probably my last time going over there was to hang up that drywall, and I guess that's when I smelled it. It was like
Ugh.
it was just like a huge trash juice puddle in the street.
That is actually the worst.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't clean things up unless it's my mess or the person who made the mess is incapacitated.
Right.
So I don't usually clean up terrible things, and I don't make messes that are terrible. Like unless I shit on the floor, you know what I mean? Like.
Because you
That
do
would
that
be-
so often.
Yeah, I do. I shit in the driveway occasionally. 'Cause I'm an alcoholic. I don't know. What do you have anything good?
No, those you pretty much nailed all mine. All my bad
stole
smell
your shit.
memories are just with Sean.
What about the how bad did the peanut butter jelly and piss bag smell?
I wasn't close enough to it to smell it.
Oh, okay.
Or at least the smell didn't waft more than
Okay.
like a person's length away.
You want to
I was going to
tell
say,
that?
you can't
Yeah.
just say that with no
Yeah.
context. So that's, again, our favorite smell master, Sean, decided to take a piss in a PB&J, like, in a bag. And
Sandwich bag.
Sandwich bag with the sandwich in it. And he threw it in a ceiling tile in our middle school.
I don't know why I thought he threw it in the vent or something.
It was a vent or a ceiling tile. It was in the roof,
Yeah.
either in the ceiling, either way. And then he took it out. Like, it was in there for months. And he took it out, like, the last day of a school year. And it was green, and the piss was, like, black.
Jesus Christ.
It looked zombified. It's the only way to put it.
That's so rough.
But thankfully, I didn't smell that. I was not close to that. I cannot remember.
If he would have opened the bag, the Z virus would have been created.
Dude,
and
COVID
everybody
would
would
have
have been
happened
affected.
10 years
Yeah.
earlier if that happened. Yeah, that was not pretty to look at, and I'm sure it smelled obscenely bad.
Yeah, I'm sure that was probably very bad.
Surprised the smell didn't like permeate through the plastic.
Yeah, I know.
Like the fact that you couldn't tell it was in the ceiling for months, even in that room, is blows my mind.
Yeah, hey, I guess Ziploc makes a good product, man.
I guess that should really be an ad. We
Yeah.
should pitch this to
He
them.
could be a spokesperson, man.
Yeah,
He'd be great at that.
yeah, he would be.
Kind of like how you were great at being a Twitch superstar.
Yes, my moment of fame Monday night.
Yeah, Nick got his 20 minutes of fame.
It was literally 20 minutes.
Yeah,
on the
I know.
dot. So I'm just gonna tell the story in like detail because I've told you both it. and
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
at the same time. So let's get the details right.
The details.
So the only person I consistently watch on Twitch is APL Fisher. He's one of. It's fair to say he's probably one of the quote unquote like OGs of like
Yeah.
gaming content.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's been
Started
active
in
over 10 years.
Respawn with Machinima.
Yeah, he's been active over 10 years doing stuff.
Dude, that's how you know someone's a fucking OG, dude. Machine.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He
Remember
was
those fucking guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was with Machinima, and so he's the only person I really watch on Twitch. And I want to say I've been following him on Twitch since like 2016 or something. And the last like couple years, I've been kind of active in his chat, like watch decent amount of streams. If I'm home and he's streaming, I just have it on a second monitor, that kind of thing. And one day he was streaming. It was his last Monday, and the stream just shut off. I was taking a shit at the time, and I came back, and it was just streams just off. I'm like, God damn it, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing anything that night. And I saw he wrote in his Discord, he like added everyone, like, sorry guys, stream's ending early tonight. Computer shut off, and it's not turning back on. And I know, because he's mentioned it multiple times, he lives in the Philadelphia area. And for those who know me, in my, I want to say...
button.
Yeah, he's clicking it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I could hear it through the headset.
Yeah, because we're sitting 5 feet apart from each other. You fucking
It
idiot.
sounded like you were like not.
hear it.
Well, it sounded like dead now, and it sounded like this, bro.
Man, so yeah, he's mentioned he lives in the Philadelphia area, and people who know me know I'm technically inclined for a profession and in my hobbies.
Technically
Yeah.
and mechanically.
Thank you. Sorry, it was like half burping there, but
Nick just teared up at the
Yeah, I
compliment.
know.
so as soon as I saw that message, it clicked in my mind. It's like, this is my opportunity. This is my time. I was built for this moment. So I sent him a DM on Discord. Yeah, on Discord, and I just said, hey, I know you're not that far. I live in New Jersey, like right over the bridge, across from Philadelphia. I have a new power supply because that's what had failed, or that wasn't
What
even
you thought
confirmed.
had failed.
It wasn't even confirmed. I was just very certain, and I was like, I mean, I can come fix it for you. And he's like, okay, yeah, what's your availability? And he's like talking about tomorrow, the next day or
Yeah.
something. And I was like, but what if I did it tonight? It was already
Right now.
it
What
was
if I did it
already
right now?
Yeah, it was already like 11 p.m. And it's like, so what if we did it like right now though? You sure that's a lot to ask? I was like, let's do it, bro. And he's like, all right, you're a fucking legend. So I went, I drove over to his place. Not too bad of a drive. This is just a minor other rant, dude. The fucking school, that road, man.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked.
11,
Oh, yeah, no, welcome to my hell.
11:30 p.m. on a Monday night, and you'd think it was rush hour in like Los Angeles.
I know. Dude,
insane.
What the fuck is wrong with that road?
I would literally be there at that time to go to Harrisburg after work.
Right.
Sometimes.
Like my
And-
sister used to go to college that way, and I drive her back and forth when she didn't have
Yeah.
a car, and it was always bad. I just hate that road. It's been
That's
a
like,
while since I've
isn't
been
that like
there.
right by like King of Prussia where like the splits
Yeah.
off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go the other way. And I
don't
was
blame you.
I was so fucking happy every single time I did.
It's so bad.
Right. So anyway, there was a shit ton of traffic, like even at that hour. So it took me longer than I thought it would. But I get there, and he's standing out front of his apartment, and I drove straight past him. I didn't even notice. And then I called him. I'm like, "So where are you?" He goes, "I'm standing here, whatever." So I drive over, and he's like, "Let me just get in your car, and I'll show you where you can park." He gets in my car, and it's pitch black out. Like I didn't see him, and my interior lights don't turn on.
Yeah.
So he gets in the car, and I'm just greeted with this wonderful scent of like Irish Spring and cologne. The first words I said to him in person were, "Dude, you smell really fucking good."
The most serial killer thing a fan could say to someone.
I know. It was so rough.
I like your skin. Can I try it on?
Dude, and the whole way there, because again, he knows me by username. He doesn't it's I almost said platonic relationship. What's it called? Oh my gosh.
What do you mean? Is this the parasocial relationship?
Parasocial,
That's,
yeah.
that's the word you couldn't think of last time?
Yeah, I think I said the exact same thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, it's parasocial. So he knows me by username, and I kind of know him because he streams. That's about it,
Yeah.
though. But I was the whole drive there. I was texting him like, "Be there in half an hour. Be there in 10 minutes." I was like, "What if I wrote something just like obscenely gay, or like something like, I'll be there in 30 minutes. Please be ready for me,' or 10 minutes out, baby."
Just, I'm coming.
I'm coming. I was really tempted to do that shit, but I was like, as much as
you're
I
going
like
to a
him,
man's
and
house.
I'm going to this guy's house. He just
Yeah.
gave me his address, so I should probably not do that.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if he gave you an address and then you met him and you picked him up and he went, "That wasn't my address. I just had to make sure I could trust you." And you guys drove an extra 40 minutes to the guy's house.
Dude, oh my gosh. The best part is I couldn't even have blamed him, but if it was
Oh,
40
yeah.
minutes, I'd be kind of fucked.
He gives,
Yeah,
he gives you the address, and it's like, this is a Wawa. What the fuck?
I live in the attic of Wawa. But anyway, so we park. in the parking garage. It's really tight. The first thing I do is almost rear end his car.
Jesus.
His spot's right next to it. And then I went too far forward and hit I didn't hit it, but like, those concrete things in front of parking spots. My tires hit it kind of abruptly.
Okay.
And I'm not one to do that. I'm very in control of my vehicle. So I'm just like immediately embarrassed. I'm like, I almost hit his car, and then I parked like a jackass. But anyway,
Brett thinks you're retarded.
yeah. So I get out of the car, start talking a bit, go up to his apartment and all. Walk in his apartment. He's got a little cat, Cam, softest cat I've ever touched in my life.
That was I'll cut you off later. I'll cut you off later.
Yeah. So before I go any further, there is like a Twitch VOD of this. Of what happens later. It's about 20 minutes long.
It'll be in the description of this podcast.
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't want to drink the sediment cum of this bottle, so give me another beer.
But so you go in his house, pet his cat, wonderful cat, incredibly soft, actually silk.
It was the best cat I've ever seen.
It's the best cat I have ever pet. I met his wife because she was awake. He has 2 kids, but they're obviously both asleep. I was there at like 11:30 or something. Yeah. So he's got his PC out, ready to go. Start taking it apart. I take off the back panel of the case. Yeah. And this is when it comes to PC building, the back panel no one sees is where the boys become men. That's when it's either shitstorm or like this guy knows how to build a computer.
Yeah.
Everything's zip tied. It looks like it's something I would do to my computer. And that's about it. Or if somebody paid me. You know?
Yeah.
And first thing I said to him, dude, did you build this? This looks awesome. He like looks at me like bashfully. No, I bought this one. He blushes now. He's like, no, I bought this. And I'm like, yeah, I could fucking tell, dude. No offense. So anyway, fixed his computer, popped my power supply in before taking the old one out. Confirmed it works. Fixed it. That was maybe 15, 20 minutes at most. The whole time I'm kind of like making fun of him. Not super hard, but there's inside jokes and stuff with the chat through the years. And his wife, Tab, she's great. Every time I said something, she was laughing and she's like, please keep going. She's like, he needs it to happen to him sometimes too. She was like, I love this guy. We're having him back. It was so funny. I had a great time with it. And then so we fixed the computer, put it back on his desk, and he was like, so what if we just like start the stream up again? I mean, it's working. Stream only went down like 2.5 hours ago. It's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, what, can I sit on it just alone and tell people you died? And him and his wife thought that was a great idea. So there's a clip of me sitting in the camera. No one knows what I look like in that chat. So I was just sitting there like, fingers crossed, looking into the camera with my hat backwards as I'm wearing it at this moment. It's like, guys, Scott is gone.
Dude, it's so hard to hear you. Something is happening in the background.
No, because the mic was so far away. It was my mistake. I should know this from being a podcast producer.
And chat was like, we can't hear you. And you're like, bullshit, I can see the mic moving. But it was true. Nobody could hear what you were saying. Yeah, I know. It was kind of rough.
I had to turn up I was watching
the Twitch volume, the headphone volume, the everything.
I was watching it while we were in the Discord.
Yeah,
and like it was just like you and me just sitting there.
I knew you muted everything.
Kevin came in and was like, "Yo, guys, what's up?" And I'm like, "I can't hear now."
Yeah,
I left. I had to leave so I could actually hear it.
Yeah, the audio is really fucked. But I was talking for a while, and then at one point, I just like somebody in chat said like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I just said, you don't need to know who I am. And that's when Scott started laughing. And that's when the jig was up. But it was so funny. And then he went and sat down. And then he impersonated me by using an extremely fucking weird accent, which I thought was great.
He was doing like a New York accent.
It's like, I got a power supply. I'm in New Jersey. I'm right over the bridge. And then his wife's like, he does not sound like that. But it was such a cool time because, I mean, again, for me, it's the only person I watch on Twitch and his YouTube and stuff. And I mean, like, I don't even watch TV and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't really know many actors and stuff. And, like, he just seems like a chill guy. And, you never know if somebody's actually chill until you actually meet them, regardless of what they're doing or how big or small they are.
Yeah.
But he was just a genuinely really cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked for a while and stuff, and then he gave me. You ever heard of Juvie energy drink?
No.
Juvie? I forget what content creator made it. It's like a content creator energy drink collab. I think it's FaZe or something. Oh. And he opened them on stream like 6 months ago when they came out. And he's like, Juvie tasting time. Which, by the way, while he was tasting it, he was pulling up other YouTube reviews of it. Yeah. He pulled up a YouTube review from somebody that went to our high school who's a year younger than us. And the video had like 50 views. And I was in the chat when he was watching. I'm like, what the know this guy. What's going on here?
Dox him. Who was it?
His name's Chris.
Chris who?
You know
give
his
me
last
his address.
name. Give me his address, last name, social, all that.
Yeah.
Was he in Boy Scouts?
No.
Okay.
But I'll tell you later. But anyway, he was watching this guy's video. And it was so fucking weird. And then when I was leaving, he's like, "You want anything for the ride? Like, I got Coke. You want some juvie? I got juvie left." And I'm like, "I guess." He's like, "Warning, it's not that good. If you put it in the freezer, it's okay." And I'm like, "Did you buy more?" He goes, "No." I said, "Well, that's not a very good indicator if you've had it for 6 months."
Yeah, really.
So I took 2 of them. I tried one of them. It was bad, as advertised. I tell you what, though, as somebody who doesn't drink energy drinks a lot, that shit kickstarted my heart. Call me whatever that guy's name who died in Motley Crue is and then came back.
Oh my.
Nikki Sixx.
Yeah,
Anyway, call me Nikki Sixx because Jesus Christ, I was wired for like 2 hours after that.
Jesus.
You were a live wire?
Yeah, I was. Wow.
That was for the boomer audience.
Yeah. But then I just went home, had a good time, and then he said when I was leaving, he said, "Text me when you get home, baby." So I just sent him like one of his emotes or something. And then he sent me a picture that his wife took when it was just me on the stream from the back. It was just really cool. It was so wild having watched from that perspective for a long time.
To see yourself from
And then
that
I'm
perspective.
in the room and I'm like, first off, I'm like, this room looks a lot smaller in person than it does in the stream. I guess I don't know. People have said that about my stream when I used to stream.
Yeah.
Is that it looks way bigger than the actual room. But yeah, then to sit on the other side of it and it's so wild.
Yeah.
And then see a picture, like you said, of me and then have it see a live stream of me on. It was just so cool.
I know, dude. I cannot believe you missed a perfect opportunity to plug the Uncut Takes podcast.
I can say this because I know Moy doesn't listen to the podcast at all.
Yeah.
Because he's told me I don't listen to your podcast. I literally texted Nick like a day later or like 2 days later, and I said something along the lines of like, Moy could literally fuck somebody else, and I'd still be more jealous of you.
He did text me that.
It's over where Wayne
I
Wayne
have
put
it.
the bottle open somewhere.
But that's my fuck
Bro, that was your fault. I
was
don't know
a
about
perfect
that.
pass.
That's my APL Twitch story.
It's so
And he
jealous,
gave me
man.
VIP in his chat.
And I
because,
threatened Nick that if APL takes him to meet Mr. Sark without me, that I'd pay for my own plane ticket and everything like that. But if he doesn't take me, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, so this
I
is
kill
the
Nick,
official,
not APL.
This is the official invite for APL Fisher to come on
Yeah,
the Uncut
APL
Takes
Fisher,
podcast.
please come on the Uncut Takes podcast.
We need a boost.
Yeah, really.
We need the cube star
We have
effect.
to
APL,
milk
come
celebrity
to-
appearances.
Come
Scott.
to my parents' house, walk past the
We can do
giant
it
paperweight
virtually.
of my truck, and then no, he has to come here. He has to come into my parents' house.
God, if he had any like suspicions that I was a serial killer and he listened this far and was asked to come to your house, he'd probably be like, "Okay, these two are fucking." These
Dude,
are
this guy, APL Fisher, Jesus Christ.
What, is there anything more to it than that or no?
No.
All right.
So back to Nick again, though. Yeah, and we're playing Xbox the other night. Me and Needs are on Xbox. Nick's on Discord on PC. We're playing COD.
God fucking
Nick's
damn it.
like, damn, that's more annoying than when I got peanut butter in my eye. And Needsy's like, what? How do you get peanut butter in your eye?
You know the worst part about that is, I know I said it then and I remembered it. I just don't remember how it happened.
What?
You said you got like peanut butter
If
on your
something was
hand
on
when
my
you were making a
hand-
sandwich.
Right, I was making a milkshake that had peanut butter in
That's
it.
what it was.
Oh, sounds so
And
good.
it was really good.
Rest in
I
peace.
make,
Not like
Olympia.
Needsy's peanut butter milkshake from the Olympia Dairy Bar.
I make milkshakes at home fairly often now.
You don't make any for me?
Fuck
Dude,
you!
I love
Fuck
I
my
love-
blender!
Fuck you!
Fuck me! Fuck you! Yeah.
I love making milkshakes.
I do too. But anyway, I had some peanut butter like on my pinky and I didn't notice. And I went to itch my face and I wiped actual peanut butter on my eyeball. There's not much to that. It just hurt like a bitch.
Just salt and nut.
Yeah.
Felt terrible.
I'm
Do
sure
you
it did.
use a blender or do you use like the handheld blender thing?
Or like a
It's like a stick with a spinning blade on
I
the end
used
of
one
it.
of those back in the day, dude.
I use those. Dude, I
a
love that.
magic bullet.
Yeah,
No-
or
no,
a bullet
no.
blender. Or a bullet blender. That's also really good too.
We have a
Because then you
bullet
just
blender.
unscrew it and that's the cup.
Yeah, we have one of those. I don't use that though. I got some blender from Hamilton Beach that was on an Amazon Lightning sale for
The fuck is
$5.
Hamilton Beach.
They
They
make
make appliances.
Oh, okay.
It was literally like $5 or $6. I bought it 2 years ago with the intention of grinding up 2 entire packs of Cheyennes and rolling them into one mega Cheyenne to smoke. But I never did that, so I started making milkshakes.
Filtered included?
Oh yeah, like the box is included. Just gonna take 2 of them in the plastic, drop them in the blender.
God, you said you wanted to do that.
Yeah. So
Fuck. Why haven't we done that yet?
I don't know. Buy a blender.
Buy a
one. I
blender
have
you don't
one
care
sitting in
about
my closet.
destroying.
Huh?
I have one sitting in my closet.
Well, okay, then let's make a giant Cheyenne. That was the intention. That's why I had it. It sat under my desk for like years.
Oh.
But I finally use it now. And for milkshakes, I use it for good, not evil.
Yeah.
Meaning making a giant Cheyenne.
Yeah, pretty much. So when we were going to Memorial Day, our Memorial Day beach thing, we decided to meet up at a Wawa.
Yeah.
I'm there first. Wayne
I
pulls up.
should have knew it was bad luck thing. We didn't see the ghost.
Yeah, we didn't see the special guy at Wawa who pumps gas, who's the good omen of road trips.
Yeah.
So I show up, Wayne shows up, Walter shows up, Kevin shows up in his new truck, drives straight in front of us, parks in front of like 4 cars, looks at me and goes, "I'm leaking gas."
Well, at first I pulled up to the pump, and the dude's pumping my tank, and he's like, "You got a little bit of a leak." And I get out of my truck, I look underneath, and there's like $30 worth of gas underneath the car.
Rip, dude.
And I'm like, "That's not a small leak." And he stops pumping it, and then that's when I pull up to you guys, and I get out of my truck, and I go, "What's that?" And I just point underneath my truck, and you go, "That's gas." So then I drive back to my house and get my other truck, drop that one off.
Look at you, rich boy, 2 F-150s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's
Long
been.
story short, he hasn't been able to drive it because
Yeah,
of
we've
the
been
gas
able to
leak.
drive my car, because of my gas leak.
Then yesterday, we decided to tackle the issue with some new parts.
Yep.
And
Newports.
to save some of the nonsense, can't put the second gas tank in it. We took the entire bed of the truck off to fix the seal on the one gas tank that's leaking. And nothing ever goes the way you want it to when you're working on cars, especially old ones. So a lot of issues.
We took the bed off.
Yeah.
Bed coming off was a lot easier than we thought.
Took like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we struggled for about 3 hours trying to
Remove one fuel line.
remove one fuel line.
A singular one.
Me and Wayne drove around trying to get other fuel line disconnectors, and then also looking for parts for the spare tank.
Yeah.
And because the 93, 94, 95 F-150s have 2 gas tanks.
Which is bullshit, but
Why is that bullshit?
which was just one.
Yeah,
like
just
every
give you-
other vehicle.
Yeah,
I liked having 2 gas tanks.
It could have just been one big
could've just-
one, though.
Yeah.
That's true. It could have been one big one.
That
That's
would have
not
been
incorrect.
nice.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
But yeah, and then me and Wayne got to an Advanced Auto Parts store, and we're inside, and I get a call from Nick, and he says, "Don't bother. Don't buy any other parts." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because the dude put a dual exhaust system on it, so it's impossible to put a gas tank there. And even if it was possible, it'd be so close to the exhaust tank that you'd just be driving a bomb."
Yeah, it's kind of rough. It took having to remove the bed from a pickup truck and stare at it for 4 hours for me to
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I'm not actually a mechanic.
Yeah, Nick is not a mechanic. But yeah, we couldn't get it on, and then we just decided to leave the bed there, and then the guys went home, and me and Wayne went to the rodeo.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. And yeah, and then today, the guys come over, and we're doing the podcast now, but then after the podcast, we're just gonna have to move the bed to the side of the house. That way my parents can actually use their driveway that my truck is currently bricked in.
I'm still so surprised. I don't know. That truck bed is somehow lighter and heavier than I thought it'd be at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we could pick it up with 3 people.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
We did it with the 3 of us plus my neighbor and my dad.
Right. Like after everything was disconnected, we totally could have done it with 3 people.
But between like the only thing between the bed being on the truck and the bed being on the lawn was like 5.5 bolts and 5 hot sweaty men.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly easy to do.
Yeah. But before you guys came over, I went through 2 full cans of WD-40.
I noticed there
just
were some little ones in the driveway.
Completely, yeah, plus that one. Rust preventing my the frame of my truck. Basically, any metal that was exposed that wasn't wires, I sprayed it with WD-40.
WD-40.
And yeah, now I got it covered with a tarp because tomorrow it's supposed to fucking rain.
Epic, dude,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
First we have, the days of not being able to see the fucking sky.
Yeah.
And now we have rain.
But
Sorry, no. We have
Yeah.
the days not being able to see the sky. Then we have 88 degrees at 6 p.m. And then we get to have rain.
I had our shared mechanic that we have work on our cars,
Dude, yeah.
come over to my house.
So he was cool with
fix
that.
it. He was fine with it. Yeah.
What a guy.
He came.
I love
He
him.
came over and he's like. I said, yeah, we're working on it yesterday. He's like, who'd you have help you? And I said, Nick and Wayne. And he said, who? And I said, oh,
He does
not
not
know?
know my name.
I said, Nick, insert last name, and Wayne, insert last name, and went, his eyes got wide. He went, you know them? And he said, what does Nick drive? I said, I don't know. I can't remember what the car is. It's like a black kind of like sedan car.
Yeah.
And he's like, does it have a gas tank behind the license plate? And I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I know him. And
Dude's a legend.
he's working on the thing, and he got it off after 45 minutes.
Wow, it took him that long.
Yeah, 45
so
minutes.
that makes me feel better.
He had a whole toolbox of just those tools.
Jesus.
He had like 10 to 15 different gas, like
The fuel-
the
yeah.
fuel line remover things. And he finally got it off, and he looked in it, and he went, "That's fucked." And he said, "I've never seen something like this before." He said, "You can hook it up if you want, or you can leave it as it is. I'll go order
Right.
I'll order the parts tonight. I'll let you know when I get them." And then I'll do another house call and come here and fix it for you
Right,
in your
because
driveway.
if you put that back on, it may never come
Exactly.
off again.
Yeah.
And he's like, as he's working on it, he goes, "Oh, you know Wayne?" And he's like, "Wayne drives an Avalanche." And I said, "Yeah, that's him." And he goes, "You can thank him then for this suffering of you not being able to bring it to my house." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, and he said,
I said that,
He
didn't
said,
I?
he said his Avalanche is the reason I don't fix gas tanks anymore. He said,
Oh, no.
He said his Avalanche was leaking so much gas when I was fixing it. He said, the neighbor that has never complained ever. He said his neighbor came over and said, "Listen, man, I understand this is your job and all, and you're just trying to make a living and get by, but I can smell gas in my basement right now." And he's like, "You gotta deal with this.
Dude,
You gotta stop doing
I
this."
want to see if Tim would do a podcast.
Dude, I would do a
I'd
podcast
love
with
to
Tim.
have him sit right there and talk to him about cars the whole time. I'd love to hear him talk about it.
When you said Tim won't do gas tanks anymore, I joked. I said mine was probably the last gas tank he ever did.
Yeah, you did say that, and it was.
Yeah,
And
he said that your truck was the reason why he doesn't do gas.
Yeah, well, it's because he had to replace the sending unit on my fuel pump so my gas gauge would work.
Yeah.
And because I didn't know how much gas was in it, I was always putting gas in it. So when I brought it to him to fix it, it had like a full tank of gas, and he was like, "Yep, the gas." When I got it back from him, he went, "Yep, the gas gauge works. You got about 3/4 tank." Of course, we found out the hard way.
But when he finally got it off, he's like, "Let's see how full your tank is." And I had forgotten that once we tightened it, we filled it the rest of the way to see if it was leaking.
It completely filled.
And he hit it with the hammer, and it just all started spewing out. He went, "Oh God!" And he just covered it back up. He goes, "Yep, that's full." But he said, yeah, just cover it up with a tarp.
man.
He said, strongly suggest you siphon out a lot of the gas. That way I can open it and it won't spew onto your driveway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Man,
But yeah, Tim's a great guy, hands
Yeah.
down. Best mechanic I've ever met, besides Nick.
well, that's must be something. I must make it up in the personality because he can run laps
just,
around me.
Just because you're like a on-call thing. Like
Bruh.
it's easier to schedule an appointment with you than it is with him.
I'm gonna start charging double.
You're,
for
you're,
this.
and
you're
it's
the,
cheaper,
you're the
too.
best mechanic that's not a mechanic.
Thank you. Now that is
He's not a
something-
mechanic yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Me and Wade are gonna take
we're
mechanic
going to college together.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny if we did.
It'd be a fucking shitty movie.
So yeah, you know what? We came into this episode thinking this was a half hour at best,
Yeah.
and we are well past 50 minutes.
Yeah.
This is
let's
a
go.
big W.
It's definitely but yeah, I can't wait for my truck to an actual car that I can drive.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I can't wait either. I fucking love that thing, man.
I literally went into it like
It's a cool truck,
Like
man.
Friday, I'm getting out of work. I'm gonna wait for this weekend. We're gonna fix my gas tank. I'm gonna be able to drive my truck on Monday, and I'm gonna get to work on Monday.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, "Why are you still driving that red piece of shit?"
Yeah, I told Nick when we were leaving yesterday, I was like, that went better and worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, it went better and worse at the same time. Like, worse because I thought we would fix everything, and better because the things that we, like, the thing that I thought would be a monumental challenge, which was the bed, was just, like, the easiest part of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Tim said that he'd order the parts and everything. He said, make sure you send me the VIN number too. He's like, because on those older vehicles.
Oh, right, for
like,
the options and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Would you
sent
like to
him
read your
everything
VIN
about the
number
truck.
to?
Yeah, my VIN number is 6, and then that's
VIN number SSN.
Yeah, but yeah, my in 2 days my truck will be 30 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my truck was built June 13th
30-year-old car gang.
of 1993.
I did
Wayne
it
could have been
first.
in
I
it.
did it first.
You never had a 30-year-old car.
That's true. At
It's
the
30
time.
now.
It's 30 now. Go find it, then I'll let you say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
That's the thing. I have a lot of when I win the lottery dreams. That's a actual dream in my lifetime.
Buy back your old first car.
Fuck that. It can be a 93 Dodge
okay.
Dakota. Yeah, I
Okay.
got to hunt it down from some guy in Philly who scrapped it undoubtedly. Yeah,
Yo,
fuck
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, what's this about you planning on buying a fucking Colorado?
No, it wasn't that. I was looking at Tacomas.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
If you order one new, they're less money than I was expecting. So I thought about it. Probably not going to. See, the thing is, I would love it.
We just got to find you a 93.
But my car
brother.
works,
We just got to
you
find you,
know?
another 93.
Or
94.
the 93, 94. I should work for a car manufacturer. Work for GM and pull a Johnny Cash one piece at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, you should.
Build my own car in my garage.
Except you have to move to Detroit for that.
Yeah, I don't want to move to Detroit.
Yeah, you'll get it one piece at a time, but it would cost you a
It
lot
also
more than a dime,
gets
dude.
stolen from you one piece
Yeah,
at a
I'd
time.
also see one piece at a time, you know?
Yeah. You would perish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for my car to be fixed, or my truck, and then I can get it repainted, and then first, after I get the gas tank fixed, then I got to fix the door, then I got to get the tint taken off the windows, then I can paint it, get it painted.
The some of that's, dude. I would paint it in the driveway. I will paint it in the
I
driveway
want to have
with
it
you.
painted by a professional.
Professional is a funny word. It just means that that's the person's job. It doesn't mean they're good at it.
I disagree with that.
It is their
Here's
profession.
a point.
That's the definition of the word.
So you're saying, Nick, are you saying that Wayne would do a better clear coating job than an actual place?
I'm saying it's possible that I would do a better job. That's all I'm saying.
I disagree with that statement.
Dude, we set up a
How about
nice.
this? I'll let you help me put the bed liner in.
Fuck. I mean, I'll do that, but I want to do the rest too. We set up an epic tent. We get the sprayer off of Amazon or Harbor Freight or whatever.
I want to
fuck.
get the inside of the doors done too.
You can do all that.
The sprayer doesn't work on the inside of the doors. You could do it.
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm not doing that.
Dude, look at Needsy's first Jeep that me and Nick
Yeah,
painted.
Needsy's first Jeep that you guys painted with bed liner
Yeah, however,
out of spray cans.
homes to ever.
It came out very even looking.
And our tape job was
With bed liner.
beautiful.
If it didn't, it still would have looked fine.
We spent like 4 hours taping and sanding the car.
Yeah, we
That
did
was
it. We did it
terrible.
legit, man. We're regular Chris Fix
Yeah, I'm
certified
more of a-
painters over here.
I'm more of a let someone else deal with the heavy work or the
New
problematic work.
podcast
Where's the
idea.
die
Chris
by?
Fix lives in New Jersey too. Let's get Chris Fix and Tim to just argue with each
Really?
other.
The gang
Yeah.
keeps inviting everyone they know on the podcast,
Yeah.
everyone they know and don't know.
Every minor celebrity or person that works on their cars.
Yeah.
So many ideas.
yeah.
So, Wayne, would you like to send her?
Oh yeah, but we're gonna start going to the rodeo more often now.
Yeah, dude.
We found out the rough way that you can bring beer in,
Yes.
but it has to be. The guy literally said your cooler has to fit inside the diameter of a milk crate.
Okay.
So like that white bag of cooler I have that like
Right.
rolls up the top,
Like a soft cooler would
yeah,
be fine.
Yeah.
you could bring that. Yeah, no bottles, of course.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But like go there and do like a fucking like
A
a
podcast.
tailgate of it. Like you just set up shit.
Yeah, there were
That's
people that
not
were
your
like
thing,
out
but-
there for like a while. There were people
Yeah.
with the barbecue
I believe
going,
it.
with the fucking
What did you say?
I said I believe it.
with the cornhole, with the country music playing. A lot of shit.
I
out
think
there.
the country music would just kill me.
Well, we can blast our own louder.
Yeah, you don't have to blast country music. You can blast your own music significantly louder. Blast Ween.
Yeah, drive
get us
everyone
killed.
away. We could listen to the Ween country album. We can meet them halfway.
Dude, yeah, you're right. I always forget about that.
Yeah,
But yeah, like if you made it into like a day thing, like the gates open at 6, so you can go in at 6. Rodeo doesn't start till around 7. But like yeah, I mean like you just make a day out of it, or not a day, but like a late day out of it. Go there at like 6 o'clock, hang out for an hour and a half, then go inside.
vibe out.
Yeah, vibe out. We sat in like between. There's like it had a sign that said no smoking in the bleacher area.
So
And
we
the way that it's built is it's like wooden bleachers, and then like there's no steps leading down to them. It's literally like asphalt that's on like a slant.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
really
like,
weird.
it's like they covered a hill in asphalt.
And it was all retards who only wear cowboy boots on the weekends, and like they couldn't walk down the slope.
Yeah,
like,
nobody could walk down
in
the
weird
slope.
footwear.
So we just sat on the slope on the blacktop so we could smoke our cigars.
Yeah, we sat between two rows of bleachers,
Yeah.
so we were technically in an area where you were allowed to smoke.
And we were at a part of the slant that was high enough to where you could see over like the fenced in ring, but it was too steep to where we were sitting was great, but you couldn't stand in front of us without like throwing out your ankles and slipping down.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good for
I
us.
would have loved to see you drunk trying to navigate that place.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I was saying to Wayne. I said like 15 or 16 beers a day, and that's all I put in my body was 15, 16 beers and 3 cigars.
Kevin fell asleep on the drive home.
Yeah, I did.
Kevin was like,
It's not even a far drive.
Kevin, it was only like a 25-minute drive.
Yeah.
and Kevin
Yeah.
was deceased.
I woke up and we were like in the parking lot of the Southwood. Yeah, how badly crucified did you get last night?
No, once I explained why I was right, everything was good.
Yeah, Wayne, does your SO listen? to
Yes,
this?
he does. So we're not going to talk about it.
But yeah.
Yes, I think that's all she wrote. We got a nice 59 minutes over here on the books. As always, thank you guys for listening. It means the most over here. Subscribe, follow, favorite, wherever you listen to us at. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, and Overcast. We don't forget about Overcast.
We don't forget about our Overcast listener.
Never.
Listener, yeah.
Singular.
It's been a while since we said it, but we are consistently sponsored by the Way to Work podcast.
It has been a while.
Yeah, it really has been, but he never stopped supporting us with money or love, one or the other, mostly love. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Uncut Takes. Thank you for listening and stay uncut.